We're battered! We are impacted! We're battered! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are impacted! The best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted episode 157, coming to you live via the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favourite shows, we are there. Now, guys, what a show we've got going on. What a show we've got this week. I mean, we've got a few things to talk about. Do you know what? I just realised I didn't mention that I'm the host, Bison, and you're Simply Steve. I didn't introduce us. How silly am I? No, anyway. Anyway, I am the Bison, and he is the Simply Steve. Anyway, guys, yeah, we're here. We're literally fresh off the Impact tour of the UK, which was pretty cool. I headed over to Newcastle for Turning Point, and Steve joined me in Coventry for night one in Coventry, which was a fantastic night. Loads of things we can talk about. Loads and loads of stuff we can talk about. Can I just say a quick hello to Zach Boniver, who was the first to join us today. Nice to see you, Zach. And also we have got Mir's in the house. Great to see Mir. Great to see you, Mir. Fantastic. And if you're there, guys, don't forget to say hello, because it's really important. We love you guys to come in and give us a little greeting. Let us know that you're there. If you got anything you want to ask, make sure you ask, because obviously, you know, if we can, incorporate your questions into the show, then we're happy to oblige. Quick shout out, Slowpoke Toys. Don't forget to head over to slowpoke.com. Get your collectibles over there, your wrestling stuff. Loads of stuff over there. Make sure you do that. Okay, really good. Okay, let's go into the news and rumours of the week. Obviously, we can't really do much of a recap, unfortunately, because last week was just basically a rerun of Bound for Glory, or the highlights of Bound for Glory. I believe it also included the rerun of a full rerun of Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey, and also I think it was a full main event as well. So I think you've got the full main event as well. So that's really, really cool. But anyway, Will Ospreay showing more support for TNA during this tour. He was very vocal, I have to say, in Newcastle, which I don't know whether they'll show that on Turning Point, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but let's just say he was very, very complimentary about TNA, about Impact Wrestling, about the locker room, about, you know, how he loved TNA when he was a kid, and he's so happy that he's coming back, all that kind of stuff. So there was loads of other things on there as well, but it was nice to see a lot of support for Will, a lot of support for TNA. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was in that was the Newcastle show, so that was a Turning Point show. So certainly, I don't know whether they'll show it on the end. They may do, but probably not, because there was a lot of effing and stuff. In fact, he said that Scott was going to tell him off for saying the F word.
It's gonna be one of those things that ends up on like Impact Plus or Insiders or something.
I reckon so. I mean, I videoed it myself. I just purposely haven't put it up because I didn't know whether they were going to show it on Turning Point. So I thought I'd wait till Friday, and if it doesn't come up, then I'll post it.
If you have small children, please ask them to leave the room right now.
Right, cool. It seems that Eric, who has no clue Bischoff, and RVD are not fans of TNA returning at Hard to Kill. Yeah, whatever. Why? Because they've not been asked to be involved, probably.
Yeah, as I say, is Bischoff really a fan of anything?
I don't think he is he? He's not a fan of anything really.
No.
You know, along with Mr. Cornette, who doesn't seem to be a fan of anything either. However, he likes to spend his time watching shows like AEW and then basically tearing it to pieces, saying how crap it is. So weird. I don't see the point in that, but never mind. Okay, so TNA signed UK sensation Leon Slater to a multi-year deal. This was done in front of the Coventry crowd. We were there, weren't we, Steve?
We were indeed.
It was a complete sellout at the HMV Empire, and I think the crowd went absolutely crazy. The audience went crazy. Leon is an amazing talent. If you haven't seen any of his work to date, I suggest you go and research, because the boy is 19 years old and he puts on some seriously great matches. You should go and check him out. He's a star of the future. Impact or TNA have picked him up early. I can't wait to see what they do with him, actually. I really can't wait to see what they do with him. What do you think of Leon Slater, Steve?
Yeah, like you say, he's an impressive talent. He's still young, so you know he's got a lot of growth still to give. And like you say, I'm excited to see what they do with him and what he can bring. I kind of look at it as if to say, you know, how long will it be until he molds into what they're looking for? Because obviously he's still got a bit of growth to give. Obviously, if he was going into Impact right now, it's a case of, is he what Impact need? You look at it and think, well, they do have a lot of X Division talent, so I'd be intrigued to see when he comes into Impact, what position Impact are in, kind of when he debuts.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a case of he's going to be a slow burn. I mean, they've signed him on a multi-year deal, so they know that they're not looking to like turn him around overnight. No. I think it's going to be a slow burn. They're going to bring him in. They're going to use him for this, that, and the other. And I'm sure he'll get lots of. He's probably going to get just as many losses as he does wins under his belt. But during that time, he's going to be under a learning tree. I mean, maybe they'll bring him in as part of some kind of faction. Maybe they'll do something like that with him at some point, like they've done with, or under someone's wing, like they've done with a couple of other young lads that have been coming in recently. You look at Kenny King and there you go. Terrible. I forgot his name now. Sheldon Jean, yeah, who is a great talent. Sheldon Jean, great talent.
Yeah. So
you got Kenny King sort of bringing him in under his wing, you know, and you've got stars like you say, you know, we had Joya, didn't we? So Yuya Uemura was sort of kind of under Joe's wing for a little bit, and he was under a few other people's wings for a little bit. You know, Jason Hotch, you could kind of say was going under the wing of Myers and Skyler. You know, I mean, Skyler is
he's a veteran.
You know, he's an old hand now. He's a veteran. You know, so you could say they were doing that with him as well. So they've got some serious stars in the making at the moment. So there you go. Look, what were we doing when we were? Look, Mir saying, what were we doing when we were Leon Slater's age? Well, I was actually, when I was Leon Slater's, I was boxing. Actually, so I hadn't started the wrestling training, which I made a little start off. I was only did about 6 months of that, but unfortunately, I wish I carried on. But I did 6 months of it. At that time, I was boxing. I've been boxing for about 3 years, I guess. By the time I was 19, I think I started when I was sort of 15, 16. So what were you doing, Steve?
Oh, I'm trying to think back to that sort of age.
Well, I can, and I'm 49. What's the matter with you?
Yeah. Like I say, to be honest, I think. Honestly, I don't remember. I think I was probably working, just working in my warehouse job. I think that's probably what I was doing.
Really? You didn't? What about your band? I thought you played bass guitar and all that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think that. I think at that point I was kind of in between bands, so I don't think I was actually in one at that point of my So yeah, I don't think I was actually in one at that age.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I think I'd had one before then, and yeah, I think it was a bit of a couple of years off. So yeah.
There you go. So look at that, Steve. But you are you bass guitar? Is it bass guitar you play?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bass guitarist, so that's pretty cool. Maybe you could join forces with Trent. Maybe you could get in on Hemi. Who knows?
Yeah, well, Trent's a bassist as well. I ain't going to take his
Oh
position.
God, that's true. That's true. Okay, fair. Yeah, he could just sing. You know, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. He can just sing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there
We'll
you go.
do
Yes,
we'll do a Sammy and kick him out.
that's it. Kick him out. Bonus baby. Yes, we our clocks have gone back.
They have
Which
indeed.
is,
Yes.
yeah, which is why the times have changed slightly. But there you go.
Yeah, it may be a bit earlier over there, or is it late? I always get muddled.
I think it's later because we've gone back
Later.
an hour, so it
Yes.
should be later
Yeah.
for them. Yeah, but
Yeah.
which I thought would probably be better, to be honest. But there you go. Zach Bonifer, crazy how they change, and a week later, US changes time as well. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is true. Yours goes back to normal. So next week it'll be back to normal time. But there you go. Hey Gibster, nice to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us. TNA. There was lots of that going on this week.
It was indeed.
Yeah. And Barry's now joined us as well. We all know what you were both doing in your youth. Glasses are a result. That's true. That's true. Lots of this going on. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Right. Okay. Good evening to Promotion Wars. Oh, hello, buddy. I've forgotten what his name was now. He sat next to us in ringside in commentary. Promotion Wars. Great. Thank you for joining us. Really, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. And of course,
yeah, I didn't manage to get a chat. I didn't manage to get a chat with him, but yeah, obviously, I think you and Craig were sitting next to him, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, we were having a good old chat.
Adam.
Adam, that's right, Adam. Nice to meet you. It was lovely to meet you, Adam. Really was. And thanks for joining us today, checking us out. Hey, checking us out. What are we all about? But yeah, so there was a great signing. Leon Slater was a fantastic signing, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this one goes. Now, of course, on the other hand as well, Harley Hudson is the winner of the Gut Check UK. Now, we weren't there on the Sunday.
No.
So we didn't see all this go down live, but we have seen Harley Hudson perform, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, and again, very impressive. Gives me a kind of like if they were to put her on TV right now, you give her. I think that she would work really well, kind of go teaming with like Jodie Threat.
Yes, yeah, she's sort of kind of got that. You know, she's like a pink punk rocker, isn't she?
Yeah.
I don't know, but she's just really good. She's fantastic. She's not very big. She's like a little pocket rocket, but she is a incredibly talented young lady. She can speak, which is good. Now, whether she could speak in terms of, you know, the quality that's required for TV at the minute, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I mean, one guess that fairly soon we're going to find out. But she wins Gut Check UK, which means that she has now got, I believe, is it 1 year? I believe at the under the wing, I guess, of Josh Alexander over at the Can-Am dojo in Canada. I think she's fantastic, and she thoroughly deserves it. She's a fantastic talent, or in the words of Tony Khan, she is a great talent. She's got a great future ahead of her, lots of great things ahead, and I have to say, I think we're in a great position right now to do great things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and again, them going back to, you know, the TNA next year, they're going back to two things here that really built the company, which is the X Division and the Knockouts.
Exactly. I mean, there's no doubt that Harley would do, I think, a really good job in the Knockouts, as would Leon Slater in the X Division as well. I mean, he's clearly, he's clearly no limits type of guy. So I think he's going to do really, really well. I'm really looking forward to seeing what both of these UK talents can do. And again, you know, they very young. I mean, Harley is what, 21, 22, something like that. So she's not very old either. And Leon is like 19 years old. They're picking them up at the right time. They're going to mold them, and they're going to turn them into the big stars of the future. And you know, what a cool experience to be joining TNA, the new era of TNA in 2024. I think is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Like I say, it's going to be certainly one to watch. fingers crossed, like I say, they get that call up and they get used. Like I say, we're still waiting for a bit with Jack Price. I know he's been injured, waiting for a bit with Aiden Prince, but fingers crossed that we get that push from Slater when he turns up, and again with Harley as well.
Now, what's interesting, now, Gibster's just saying there, what he's saying is that you've obviously not heard, my friend. You've obviously not heard. So he's saying that, are we going to get a better production for Impact? Well, I'm not sure we're going to get that better production yet. I think it was made very clear that all the new production updates and things like that will come in the new year. It was all going to start happening after Bound for Glory. So I think there's a hell of a lot going on now between now and Hard to Kill, basically. So we know that we're going to get an upgrade in set. We know that we're going to get an upgrade in production. We know that we're going to go slightly bigger venues. We know that obviously they're looking to build the roster a bit more, try and get a bit more star power in there. I honestly think that they're going to be pulling out every stop to get Will Ospreay. I think they want to build the brand around him. Hence why they've been proper showcasing him and giving him the royalty treatment. I don't know. What do you think on that side of things, Steve?
Yeah, like I say, it's something that has been needed, and I agree. It's not going to happen overnight. I would be looking at probably towards Slammiversary by the time they've maybe got everything in place that they're looking to say, right, this is now our set.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, after watching the sort of kind of like press pass type thing they did with Scott D'Amore last week, he was clearly saying that they want to try and bring back the better elements, the best elements of TNA, and then try and bring them into more of a modern era. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, they're obviously already bringing back the red and yellow. But what's going to
and again, it's going to be interesting to see what they define as the best elements, and also how they manage to update it.
Definitely. Yeah, without doubt. Hey, Keith, nice to see you, my friend. Yes, Final Resolution, December 9th, will be the last official Impact event. I think, obviously, that is, I think the name speaks for itself, doesn't it? Final Resolution.
It's a perfect Impact Plus event to end the year. It always has been.
I think so. I think it's fantastic. Now, Impact, TNA, pack out Glasgow and Newcastle, as well as selling out commentary ahead of the tour. Now, obviously, we knew that Glasgow and Newcastle weren't sold out prior to the tour. We know Coventry was. We knew Coventry Night 2 had a good buy rate, but it wasn't sold out. I have to say, having been to Newcastle and seen photographs of Glasgow looked pretty full to me. And I have to say, maybe they could have added a few extra rows of seats, floor seats, at the Newcastle show, but that place was rammed. So I don't know what the walk up was like on that, or what the ticket sales were like, over the last couple of days leading up to it. But I'm telling you now, there was well over 1,000 people in Newcastle. No doubt about that. There was well over, and they were absolutely rabid. They were rabid for it. The chance of TNA was all over the place. The Will Ospreay, they went crazy for Will. It was a fantastic, absolutely fantastic event in Newcastle. And like you say, there was a lot of people. I mean, I'm interested to know, I really am, if we could find out how many tickets were sold over the entirety of the the tour, based on the venues. So how many in total was sold between Glasgow, Newcastle, and Coventry? Because I'm telling you, it's definitely well into 4,000, possibly 5,000 tickets, I would say.
Yeah, I guess it's a case of you look at the venues, and if they were all sold out, you just find out how many each venue could sell, I guess.
Thank you, Bonus. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
That, yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like I say, we were at Coventry, and we were there last year as well, and it was far more packed than it was last year. It was a case of, okay, this feels like a packed arena for a full on event. and you could have squeezed a few more people in there. But again, I guess they have to also think of that health and safety as well.
Yes, totally. I don't think. I think. I mean, it was announced that on the night in Coventry it was 550 or something. There was
Okay.
550 in there, I believe, and I think that was pretty much full capacity. I don't believe you could have got any more people in that in there.
No,
Definitely not. It was. I mean, there was seating all the way to the back, and and again, everyone was crazy for it as well. I mean, the setup in there is really good. It's just such a shame it wasn't just a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Because I think they could continue going back to that venue if it was like 1,000 people. They could probably go back there. But I think in 2024, I'd be very surprised if they go back to that venue because I think it'd be too small.
Yeah, it's a good starting point, but again, it's a starting point. They have to then sort of look to evolve from there.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Now, my thought process, I mean, Gibster is just talking about lockdown. Now, I know that there were plans to bring lockdown back just before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So it all went a bit Pete-tong, as much as they were also planning on coming back to the UK as well at that point. Now, a lot of people have been talking about, will they bring back the six-sided ring? Well, we know from Scott Damore's, Q&A the other week that's not a possibility because at the moment, he's looking more towards the health and safety and well-being of his talent, and I get that 100%. However, he didn't rule out not seeing it ever. So here's my thing, right? I love lockdown, but I'd like to see it done in 6 sides of steel. So it's a lockdown event, but it would be the TNA 6-sided ring, and you get 6 sides of steel. I think that could be an awesome once-a-year event. What do you think?
Yeah, 100% agree. Because, like you say, it's the issue is with the ring is you have to. It's tighter on the ring ropes, so it hurts the wrestlers' bodies more. But again, if you're going into a steel cage, you're going to get hurt anyway. So you might as well use it for that event. And again, you're not gonna have the usual matches anyway. So it's a case of bring it out for that one event, have that nostalgia for that one event, and then everyone's been calling for lockdown anyway. So I think it will differentiate it because you have the steel cage events on WWE. Do they have just steel cage?
Well, they have the
on AEW.
They have Elimination Chamber, don't they? That I see again. I really like that one. I like the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, we used to have Steel Asylum, didn't we? But I think that was like a couple one and dones, and that was it. But
yeah, but it's a shame really because I really like that sort of stuff. But 6 sides of steel, I think that's where we need to go. We need to go for 6 sides of steel. I think that would be awesome. It would get the whole 6-sided ring out, get it once a year, stick the 6 sides up. Have a massive pay-per-view, jobs are good, or a special of some kind.
Yeah, it keeps everyone happy then.
Yeah, exactly. Once a year would be fine. But it can't be every week. Absolutely not every week.
No.
But so I like Barry Monkey's comment there. WWE were in Glasgow last night doing a consultation.
Consultation.
What's that? Consultation show. I think you meant consolation, possibly. Consolation show for the poor sods that couldn't get tickets for Impact. Bless them. They ended up having to go to WWE. Poor sods. But there you go. Scott D'Amore. Now, I'm not sure if this was today or yesterday. He managed to meet the Beast from The Chase during the media scrum in London, where he was talking to some of the major advertising outlets, major media outlets there. That was fantastic. But the fact that he met the Beast, I think, is pretty cool. I mean, could you imagine Team Impact on The Chase? I think that would be very cool.
Yeah, and I'd say if you want, if you want someone else to sort of appear on Impact, the Beast would be someone. He could easily fit in the ring.
The Beast is massive.
He is, yeah. Well, he was.
He's
I mean,
height-wise,
you know,
he's massive.
oh yeah,
He's
height.
lost a
Yeah,
load
I
of
mean,
weight. Yeah.
he's lost a hell of a lot of weight, but yeah,
Yeah, he's not
you know,
not
he's
as
one of
round as he was, but he's
no,
still a
but
big dude.
he's still huge. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
would love to see, you know, you have the Beast versus you know, have a stare down with the Man Beast Rhino.
Oh my God! Well, Rhino's about the same height as Scott D'Amore, so I don't know about that. If you've seen the photograph, he's about 2 foot
Oh
taller
yeah,
than
yeah.
Scott D'Amore. He's massive.
Just get him in there
Yeah,
loose.
he's a big old dude. He's a big old dude.
Yeah, but yeah, like having them do like you said, like a charity event or something would be really cool. Because again, it's more exposure as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think it'd be interesting. I think they could do it. You know, imagine, you know, because I think the chase airs on Challenge, doesn't it? So again, that could be interesting. We could advertise
I thought
Impact.
it was I think it's Challenge, and I think they do still air on ITV1 as well.
They do, but I think older episodes, I think, are on Challenge as well. Yeah. There you go. He's still huge. That's what she said. Look, Zach, come on, keep your smut yourself, young man. But there you go. There's some irony that COVID prevented lockdown. Exactly that. You're right. Definitely. Bison, you can have the Beast. I'd rather have Simon Miller. Yeah, well, Simon Miller's pretty good, and you'll find out this week how that was a fun match. We'll talk about it in a second. I also want to say congratulations to Zachary Wentz on his engagement to Gigi Dolan. Or Dolan, is it? I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Is it Gigi Dolan? I don't know. I'm sure somebody else will correct me. And also, happy birthday to Impact's very own diva Giselle Shaw, who celebrated her birthday while on tour in the UK. I believe that there was a video put up, I think, where she, during one of the, I think it was the Coventry afternoon tea with the stars of Impact. Lauren from the marketing team here in the UK, she brought a cake out for Giselle, which I thought was lovely. So happy birthday to you, and of course congratulations to Zach and Gigi. That's awesome news. Getting engaged just goes to show me he wasn't as bad as somebody said he was. Tickets go on sale for Final Resolution, and the first 2 TNA branded shows, Hard to Kill and the following day's TV tapings, on the 3rd and the 4th of November. So make sure, if you want to go to the very last show of the Impact era and you want to be at the very first shows of the TNA era, your tickets will be available to buy on the 3rd and 4th of November. I'd be very interested to see what the buy rate is like for that. I reckon they'll sell quite a few straight off the bat. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, it's something that you feel like fans would very, very much be interested in, and the card isn't bad either.
Yes. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, it's going to be... Yeah, I mean, I don't even need to know what the card for Hard to Kill is going to be. If I was able to make that event, I would have been buying a ticket.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's not even about the card. To me, it's about the fact that it's going to be the very first of the rebranded TNA shows, and you get to see the set for the first time. You'll be the first to see the set. You'll be the first to hear the new music, and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a very, very cool event.
It's going to be interesting because like a lot of fans are very much like, oh, I'm going to start watching again. So it's going to be interesting to see if you see a lot of new faces there.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I think it would be interesting. I think they're going to pack that new venue out. I'm pretty sure about that. I think it's going to be fantastic. I really do. And do you know what? Promotion, Adam, I didn't know that the Beast used to go to the Manchester shows on the old TNA tours. He likes his wrestling. I didn't. Yeah, I knew he was a wrestling fan. I didn't know he went on the tours. I really didn't. But that's really cool. Really cool to know that. Thank you ever so much for letting us know. Now, the final set of the Halloween photo shoot pictures are up now as well on impactwrestling.com. Definitely worth going and checking those out. Some fab pictures of Deanna Prazo in her Punisher gear. I should go and check those out. They're pretty cool. Some nice ones of Trinity as well. Go and check them out. Like I said, these shoots that they're doing at the moment, they're very reminiscent of the shoots that they used to do back in the day in TNA. Certainly the Knockouts used to do them all the time, and they bang out all those theme sort of photo shoots. That was a Christy Hemme thing.
Yeah.
Knowing that she's behind the scenes a little bit now, I wonder where this has got something to do with her. Could possibly be part of the things that she's doing now for Impact. But looking forward to that. Looking forward to more of it during the TNA era. That's all I've got to say. Unfortunately, Alex Shelley got injured during the Glasgow event, which is not great news. But
No.
he was. I think it was during the tag match, the Motor City Machine Guns versus. Well, I'm going to say Team Canada, but yeah, Josh Alexander, Eric Young. I'll get to that in a minute. So that was interesting and a real shame because it meant that we didn't get to see Alex Shelley for the next two shows after that. However, Frankie Kazarian did step up, so that's good news as well. But that's a real shame. And there's no news, actually. I've not seen anything related to the injury anywhere. So if anyone in the chat has seen anything, let us know. Let us know. Have you seen anything with regards to Alex Shelley's injury? Is it bad? Is it just one that it's only going to take a couple of weeks to recover or whatever? Let us know. Let us know. Now, this is where I'm alluded to Team Canada. So Josh Alexander and Eric Young have been teaming together the whole of the UK tour. And of course, if you look at their ring gear from any of the pictures from Glasgow, they were both wearing red and white singlets. And are we seeing a re-emergence of a brand spanking new version of Team Canada? What do you think, Steve?
It feels like it. Like I say, as soon as EY, when we were there at Coventry, as soon as EY walked out with the singlet on and it had Team Canada on it, you're like, well, it's perfect to team up with Josh. But again, the Team Canada thing, now that we're heading back to a TNA, TNA brand, it feels just perfect. And again, teaming with Josh, you feel we've been calling for this for ages. It's a case of, okay, who else is going to come into this? We've got Speedball on the roster. Are they going to try and turn Dina away from the design? There's a few different options, but I definitely think this is the start of it. And again, going into the TNA rebrand is the perfect time, I think, to do it.
I agree. I think it's going to be fantastic. I know that there was a thought that I know they did it at 1000, but there was a thought that they were going to do some kind of TNA Team Canada thing when they were going to do is it the No Place Like Home event as well. There was a thought that they were going to do something there, but I think they should re-emerge a Team Canada at Hard to Kill. I think that would be really cool, and the coach has to be the man. Of course, he still has to be led by the coach. There's no doubt about that.
And again, I don't know if Jack Evans is still out there. He was a member briefly.
Yeah. Jack Evans is still around. I mean, he turned up, didn't he, at some point this year? I can't remember where he turned up, but he did turn up, and he did. He was on one of the specials, if I believe.
One of the specials, yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, who knows? But there you go. And like you say, yeah, exactly. They were teasing Team Canada for a while when Eric Young came back. So I think there could be a possibility that it's going to happen. But also, what the hell is going on at MLW at the moment? With several wrestlers of note, including Alexander Hammerstone, are asking to be released. Could TNA take advantage? And who would you like to see appear on the new era of TNA? Potentially that something to do with MLW. Let us know in the chat. I'm interested here. I'd like to see Hammerstone. I like Hammerstone. I think he's a beast. I'd certainly like to see Hammerstone.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Let's say I'm not overly familiar with the MLW roster. It's one of those promotions where I've heard a lot about it, and I keep meaning to have a look because I've heard good things about it. It's just a case of I've never got round to it. But I have seen some of Hammerstone's matches, and he is someone that does impress. So if Impact can get a hold of him, he is someone that can boost their top of their division,
top of the card.
Because, the top of the card. Because I mean, they do need more faces up there.
I think they do. I think a lot of people have said over the years that the Impact as a promotion as it stands at the minute lack some of the top guys. Some of that sort of kind of main event. I'm not so sure they do, to be honest. I think there's a lot of main event people involved in Impact. If you actually physically look at the card, there's a lot. I mean, Rich Swann, Josh Alexander, Eric Young, Frankie Kazarian, Chris Sabin. There's
there's a
loads.
lot. It's just a case of Impact need everyone that you've said. Are they credible? If they were just put into like a 5-way main event, are they credible to think okay they're going to win it?
Yeah,
like
all of those
Rich
guys
Swann,
could win.
Like Rich Swann, I mean, he's been nowhere near the world title for years.
But he was a world title. He
was.
Held the world title. He's the one that they put in against Kenny Omega. He's got a rich pedigree. Former WWE Cruiserweight champ.
He has indeed. But it's a case of like let's build him up again. Then let's make him back into that main event star that we know he can be.
Sure. Eddie Edwards is another one. Another main eventer. There's loads. Dragon Storm, I agree with you. Jacob Fatu, that's the dude I'd love to see join Impact. I'd like to see Will Ospreay and Jacob Fatu because right there is your next incarnation of AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Right there.
They had I can't remember what the event was, but they had a cracking match on one event, didn't they?
They did, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember now. It was. Again, it's one of them specials. It might have been at one of the WrestleCons.
Yeah, it could have been.
I think it was a WrestleCon event, but yeah, again, cracking match. That dude is amazing. Oh, there you go, Ric Flair retirement show. That's the one.
Yeah,
cracking match. And again, Jacob Fatu, definitely. Hammerstone, Jacob Fatu, for me, would be the top 2 guys to bring to TNA. I think they do amazing in TNA. I really would love to see those guys there, 100%. Now, listen, at this moment in time, I would like to give a shout out to Simon. Simon's not joined us today, surprisingly, but Simon here, Craig, Joseph, Bree, Mox as well. As many, as many other listeners who came and said hello to Steve and myself, specifically at Commentary Night 1 show. It was really nice to meet you guys, and it was lovely to see your love and people coming over and saying they love the show and what we do is great and all that kind of stuff. So it was really, really cool to see that, I love it when people come over and speak to us and talk to us about Impact and the wrestling and stuff. I think it's great. I love it. And when they tell us they love the show, it makes us more and more happy to continue doing what we do week in, week out. And that's interesting, Adam from Promotion Wars over there. Hammerstone posted a pic of the match he had with Josh Alexander, dropping some hints. Well, you never know. Nice. I think, like I said, I think Alexander Hammerstone would be an amazing addition. Him, Jacob Fatu, and whoever else wants to come over. Will Ospreay would be good. I think there's plenty of top talent out there that we could bring into Impact Wrestling, definitely. But guys, listen, before we go on, we need you guys to hit that thumbs up button right now. Don't delay. Hit the thumbs up button right now. Share the show. Help us move up the rankings. And of course, if you feel flushed, then don't hesitate to drop us a super sticker. All these things are very, very welcome. But remember, share the show. It's really, really important that you share the show. Give us a thumbs up to let everybody know that we are here and that we aren't going anywhere. What do they say? We're here. We're something or other. I don't know. We're here. We're impacted and we're not going anywhere. I don't know. That's not really a very good chant, is it?
We're here and we're everywhere.
We're here and we're everywhere. No, I don't know. That's not very good either, mate. But I'm sure we can come up with something. We'll come up with something. Just to let everybody know we are impacted. There you go. How about that? That's all we need to know. Anyway, let's have a quick rundown of what we're going to expect this Friday on Impact Turning Point. Now, we're not going to talk about anything to do with the matches. We're just going to have a little rundown of what we're going to expect because obviously I've seen the show, so I know the results. So I don't want to sort of try and pretend that I don't because I'd be silly. and I don't want to also end up spilling the beans. All right, so we're just talking about the card. We've got Rich Swann versus Trey Miguel, thumbs up from me. Giselle Shaw versus Alex Windsor, thumbs up from me. Joe Hendry and Simon Miller, that was fun. You'll enjoy it. Jordan Grace versus Danny Luna, that's definitely a thumbs up. Josh
Definitely one I'm looking
Alexander,
forward to.
Josh Alexander and Eric Young, again, see, as a tag team, Team Canada, facing Subculture. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a thumbs up. Frankie Kazarian joined Chris Sabin. Of course, he was replacing Alex Shelley because Alex Shelley was injured versus Moose and Myers. So we're getting to see Moose and Myers again as a tag team. Again, thumbs up. A double thumbs up for Will Ospreay versus Eddie Edwards. An amazing match. I'm not sure whether this is going to headline or it headlined on the night, but whether they'll show it in that order, I don't know. As it's taped, they can move it around. But then we've got Trinity versus Deanna Prazo with Gail Kim as the special guest referee. Again, thumbs up for that one. Some cool stuff goes down during that match. You're going to look forward to it. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the card, Steve? Now, I'm asking you because I know you weren't there, so you have no idea.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, the card itself, it like when they were announcing the card on Twitter, the more that the matches come up, it was like, damn, I'm gutted that I can't make it to Newcastle because every match shouts, you've got to see this. Swan versus Trey Miguel, that's an X Division classic right there. I mean, Jordan Grace versus Danny Luna is a match that I've been wanting to see for a while because I've said that Danny Luna reminds me so much of Jordan Grace.
When she first joined.
Yeah, it's going to be like a clash of styles that I think will work rather than a clash that kind of cancels each other out.
Well, they're both powerhouses, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. But sometimes you can get like big man matches and they end up boring kind of thing. But I think this is going to be, this is going to work. And yeah, like from everything I've heard from the Ospreay and Eddie Edwards match, it's going to be, match of the night contender really. So it's going to be one of those where you end the year on a real high.
I agree. I think this is going to be. I know the matches are great, so I think this is going to be a fantastic watch. I'm looking forward to it.
And one thing, as Mir said here, Tom Campbell was as absolutely fantastic as the ring announcer when we saw him.
He was brilliant, and I'll tell you what: if there's anyone that's going to G up the crowd, it's Tom Campbell. He did an amazing job. I think the Americans would love him. Can I just say a quick hello to Keith, by the way? Because since we've been talking, Keith Goldman Bonkers have joined us as well. So good thumbs up to you guys. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up as well while you're at it. But so we've got some cracking matches to look forward to on Friday. I am going to be staying up to watch it, even though I was there live. I'm going to be interested to see how they put this together. If we get any backstage stuff or whatever, I'm looking forward to that. But like,
and
I say,
if you do watch it, see how many times you can spot the bison.
I will be there ringside. You'll have to see if you can find me. I know people have already been trying to find me in pictures, so it's all good. Now, this week, we've not had a digital media exclusive match. We've not had a main event Monday, and a BTI match has not been announced as of yet. However, there was quite a few matches on extra to what's actually going on the show that could potentially go on the BTI match. So either way, you're going to get a good match. I'm pretty sure of that. It might be a match between a couple of UK talents or something like that that gets to go on there, or they might feature a UK talent against an Impact talent. I don't know, but it would be interesting to see what they put on BTI. I'm sure they're going to put something. Bison, the UK Bill. Well, Steve was ringside with me. It's in Coventry as well, so it's just ringside TNI, baby. I definitely go ringside. Whenever I go to a wrestling event, I'm always ringside. I don't like trying to watch through other people. I've got to be at the front. Just me. But this Thursday, Impact Wrestling will be coming to you from the Glasgow show, which was Thursday this past week. We're going to get Motor City Machine Guns versus Alexander and Young. So that is the match where unfortunately Alex injured. That's happening. We're going to get, again, like you say, Team Canada. It's happening again. Trinity versus Emerson Jane. Mate, how good is Emerson Jane? You tell me, Steve. How good is Emerson Jane?
Very impressive. Like I say, she was in there with 3 veterans and didn't look out of place. So, yeah, very, very impressive. She's someone I think Impact will keep an eye on going forward.
Incredibly talented, talented young lady. Definitely well worth keeping an eye on her. We then got Moose Myers and and Deanna Perrazzo versus Subculture. So basically, Andrews, Flash Gordon, and Danny Lunar will be taking on Moose Myers and Perrazzo. So looking forward to that one. We got Joe Hendry with Kazarian versus Kazarian in the final of the Glasgow Cup. So that pretty much tells you that during that Glasgow show, they obviously run some kind of Glasgow Cup. Yeah. And it was Joe Hendry versus Frankie Kazarian in the final. So we get to see that. And then, of course, the man of the 2-hour entrance, Grado versus Trey Miguel. That should be fun as well. But if you like a prayer has to be sung out for as long as possible. That's all I've got to say. So let's just say that the Grado entrance is as classic as you can imagine. Grado was fantastic. I enjoyed him at Hard to Kill. Was he at Hard to Kill? He wasn't Hard to Kill. I enjoyed him at... Actually, hang on. Turning Point, sorry. I enjoyed him at Turning Point.
Yeah.
Yes, he's not on there. He was. I'm pretty sure he was in Newcastle. Definitely was in Newcastle. But he's not on the card. So you're not going to get to see him at Turning Point. Oh, that's a shame. But...
maybe that would be like a BTI match or something.
Maybe. But Grado will definitely be from the Glasgow tapings. He will definitely be versus Trey Miguel.
Is it Odark? Because he's also owes my money?
Yes, exactly. Odark. Anyway, so that should be fun. I don't know really, Mario. I don't think she's turned full heel. Well, see, the thing is, it's interesting you to say that with the copywriting, okay? Because I thought it was strange that they played that music because it is the full Madonna version, right? If they were going to show it on TV and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sure how that pans out because in the UK, you don't. It's very different way because you don't pay. You pay what they call a public music license, where you can play music in public, but you don't have to pay to specifically for a specific piece of music, like you do in America. So in America, if you wanted to use "Like a Prayer" by Madonna, you'd have to pay Madonna rights for it. But in the UK, you just buy what they call a public music license or public music license to play stuff. And actually, in the UK, venues that you would hire generally already have that in place. So you wouldn't necessarily have to buy it because they'd already have it. And you pay for it for a year. You pay a year's subscription and then you have to renew it every year. So I would imagine that they got away with that because of that. It'd be interesting to see whether they had to pay royalties to put this onto Impact Wrestling on the weekly show. They probably will have to pay extra to put it on TV.
Yeah, because when they signed him, originally, he had to change his music.
It was similar. It had a similar feel about it, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same. But there you go. Now, guys, that is pretty much all we got time for this week. We wanted to keep it. We didn't want to go too crazy this week because I think next week, once we've got the Glasgow out of the way, once we've got Turning Point out of the way, I think we're going to have a lot more to talk about. We're hoping to have a very special guest next week, which I'm not going to say too much about but that will take him a bit of time, and it's definitely going to be worth tuning in to hear what he has to say. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's a special guest. We're going to be talking about the success of the UK tour. We're going to be and then talking about Turning Point, and we're going to be talking about the matches from Glasgow. I think it's going to be a really, really good show. It's going to be a great show next week. I think we're on the greatest run of TNI Impacted's, time at the moment. It's going to be great. But like I said, there's not going to be no special announcement, but we're going to have a special guest. All right, we're going to have a special guest appearing next week, so make sure you tune in to check that out. But guys, please don't forget to head over to the TNI Patreon for exclusive extra content. When you sign up, all TNI shows are available to all of you listening on the Go Fans audio only by SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Also, if you want to show your support to the TNI UK team, please feel free to drop us a super sticker, or head over to prowrestlingtees.com, Total Non-Stop Impact, for some great shirts. Get the Bison shirt. That's a pretty cool shirt. Or if you want to just get, standard, Impact, Total Non-Stop Impact related merch, then why not follow the Spreadshirt link, which is below. Make sure you do that. I just want to say a special thank you as well to Adam, who we were sat next to at the show from Promotion Wars. Go and check out his website. It's available for free at the moment on to play the game. So go and check it out. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. So I just want to mention that as well. Where can we find you on the social, Steve?
You can find me over on Twitter and at the Discord at Simply Steve 311, where I put anything wrestling, Impact Wrestling related most of the time. So yeah, just over on those two places. Okay, no worries. And if you want to find out more about the Bison, who is broken 2,100 follows. Oh, talking about subscriptions. The TNI, the Total Non-Stop Impact channel this week has broke 2,000 subscribers. A big milestone. Very excited. We're now well on our way. We got ahead now for 3,000. We got ahead for 3,000 now, but 2,000 is amazing, and I'm very excited. And I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. It means an awful lot to us. But please continue letting everybody know about us, because that's how.
Oh, baby!
Exactly that. Oh, baby. But if you want to find the Bison, I am available on Twitter at LordBison45. I do all my wrestling stuff on there, so feel free to go and give me a follow. I love all you guys, and the more stuff you put out there, and the more stuff I put out there for you, and I share stuff, and we all keep fully up to date with Impact related stuff. But guys, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or a smash to never miss any of the great content from the UK and the US teams coming out each and every single week. And don't forget, talking about the US teams, don't forget to join them tomorrow night for the review directly after Impact is aired on Access TV or Ultimate Insiders or whatever, wherever you watch the show live. Make sure you go and check out the review show directly after. J-Bone, I'm sure Ringside Bill, and Alicia. You never know who's going to turn up. That's the thing with the US team. You never know who's going to turn up. But with all that said, I've been Bison, and he's been the man simply known as Steve. And this has been episode 157 of Impacted. Take care, guys. Boom.
We're Bison! We are